Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A psychological state induced by, or as if induced by, a magical incantation. Attract. Cause to be enamored. A state of mind in which consciousness is fragile and voluntary action is poor or missing. A state resembling deep sleep. A magical spell. A psychological state induced by, or as if induced by, a magical incantation. A feeling of great liking for something wonderful and unusual. Indicate or signify. I'm afraid this spells trouble. A verbal formula believed to have magical force. He whispered a spell as he moved his hands. Write or name the letters that comprise the conventionally accepted form of a word or part of a word. He spelled the word wrong in this letter. A psychological state induced by, or as if induced by, a magical incantation. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. A spell of work. A period of indeterminate length, usually short, marked by some action or condition. A spell of good weather. Orally recite the letters of or give the spelling of. How do you spell this word? Place under a spell. Relieve someone from work by taking a turn. She spelled her husband at the wheel. Take turns working. The workers spell every 4 hours. Control by magic spells, as by practicing witchcraft. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Influence by slyness. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Attract strongly, as if with a magnet. Cast a spell over someone or something. Put a hex on someone or something. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Attract. Cause to be enamored. The act of taking of a person by force. Take possession of by force, as after an invasion. The militia captured the castle. Succeed in catching or seizing, especially after a chase. The act of forcibly dispossessing an owner of property. Capture as if by hunting, snaring, or trapping. Attract. Cause to be enamored. She captured all the men's hearts. Any process in which an atomic or nuclear system acquires an additional particle. A process whereby a star or planet holds an object in its gravitational field. Bring about the capture of an elementary particle or celestial body and causing it enter a new orbit. This nucleus has captured the slow-moving neutrons. Succeed in representing or expressing something intangible. Capture the essence of spring. The removal of an opponent's piece from the chessboard. Reach with a blow or hit in a particular spot. Perceive with the senses quickly, suddenly, or momentarily. Ears open to catch every sound. Perceive by hearing. I didn't catch your name. The act of catching an object with the hands. Mays made the catch with his back to the plate. A drawback or difficulty that is not readily evident. It sounds good, but what's the catch? Suffer from the receipt of. She will catch hell for this behavior. See or watch. Take hold of so as to seize or restrain or stop the motion of. Here, usually without the knowledge of the speakers. Succeed in catching or seizing, especially after a chase. Did you catch the thief? To hook or entangle. Apprehend and reproduce accurately. The quantity that was caught. The catch was only 10 fish. A restraint that checks the motion of something. Attract and fix. Capture as if by hunting, snaring, or trapping. Detect a blunder or misstep. The act of apprehending, especially apprehending a criminal. A person regarded as a good matrimonial prospect. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Catch up with and possibly overtake. Grasp with the mind or develop an understanding of. Did you catch that illusion? A break or check in the voice, usually a sign of strong emotion. A cooperative game in which a ball is passed back and forth. He played catch with his son in the backyard. A fastener that fastens or locks a door or window. Anything that is caught, especially if it is worth catching. He shared his catch with the others. Become aware of. Be struck or affected by. Catch fire. Be the catcher. Who is catching? Cause to become accidentally or suddenly caught, ensnared, or entangled. Check oneself during an action. She managed to catch herself before telling her boss what was on her mind. Contract. Did you catch a cold? Delay or hold up. Prevent from proceeding on schedule or as planned. Discover or come upon accidentally, suddenly, or unexpectedly. Catch somebody doing something or in a certain state. Get or regain something necessary, usually quickly or briefly. Catch one's breath. Reach in time. I have to catch a train at 7 o'clock. Spread or be communicated. The fashion did not catch. Start burning. Take in and retain. We have a big barrel to catch the rainwater. Attractiveness that interests or pleases or stimulates. Induce into action by using one's charm. She charmed him into giving her all his money. A verbal formula believed to have magical force. Inscribed around its base as a charm in Balinese. Control by magic spells, as by practicing witchcraft. Something believed to bring good luck. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Physics, one of the 6 flavors of quark. Protect through supernatural powers or charms. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Hold spellbound. Cast a spell over someone or something. Put a hex on someone or something. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Put into a trance. Something that provides access, to get in or get out. They waited at the entrance to the garden. A movement into or inward. The act of entering. She made a grand entrance. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Cause to be interested or curious. To render motionless, as with a fixed stare or by arousing terror or awe. The snake charmer fascinates the cobra. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Psychology. A mental condition in which the qualities of a state are relatively constant even though the state itself may be dynamic. Psychology. A mental condition in which the qualities of a state are relatively constant even though the state itself may be dynamic. Psychology. A mental condition in which the qualities of a state are relatively constant even though the state itself may be dynamic. Psychology. A mental condition in which the qualities of a state are relatively constant even though the state itself may be dynamic. Attractiveness that interests or pleases or stimulates. His smile was part of his appeal to her. Request for a sum of money. An appeal to raise money for starving children. Earnest or urgent request. An appeal for help. Be attractive to. The idea of a vacation appeals to me. Request earnestly, something from somebody, ask for aid or protection. Appeal to somebody for help. Cite as an authority, resort to. I appealed to the law of 1900. Challenge, a decision. She appealed the verdict. Law. A legal proceeding in which the appellant resorts to a higher court for the purpose of obtaining a review of a lower court decision and a reversal of the lower court's judgment or the granting of a new trial. Their appeal was denied in the superior court. Take a court case to a higher court for review. He was found guilty but appealed immediately. Be attractive to. The beautiful garden attracted many people. Direct toward itself or oneself by means of some psychological power or physical attributes. Her good looks attract the stares of many men. Exert a force on a body, causing it to approach or prevent it from moving away. The gravitational pull of a planet attracts other bodies. A state lacking normal awareness of the self or environment. A feeling of great liking for something wonderful and unusual. The state of being intensely interested, as by awe or terror. A feeling of great liking for something wonderful and unusual. The state of being intensely interested, as by awe or terror. The capacity to attract intense interest. He held the children spellbound with magic tricks and other fascinations. The trait of resolutely controlling your own behavior. The act of having and controlling property. A mania restricted to one thing or idea. Anything owned or possessed. A territory that is controlled by a ruling state. Being controlled by passion or the supernatural. Sport. The act of controlling the ball, or puck. They took possession of the ball on their own goal line. Be capable of holding or containing. The flask holds 1 gallon. Be pertinent or relevant or applicable. This theory holds for all irrational numbers. Have or possess, either in a concrete or an abstract sense. She holds a master's degree from Harvard. Be the physical support of, carry the weight of. The beam holds up the roof. Resist or confront with resistance. A state of being confined, usually for a short time. The prisoner is on hold. Lessen the intensity of temper. Hold in restraint. Hold or keep within limits. Hold your tongue. Drink alcohol without showing ill effects. He can hold his liquor. Cause to stop. Have room for. Hold without crowding. The auditorium can't hold more than 500 people. Time during which some action is awaited. He ordered a hold in the action. Have or hold in one's hands or grip. A crazy idea took hold of him. Organize or be responsible for. Hold a reception. The appendage to an object that is designed to be held in order to use or move it. Be valid, applicable, or true. This theory still holds. Protect against a challenge or attack. Maintain, a theory, thoughts, or feelings. To close within bounds, or otherwise limit or deprive of free movement. This holds the local until the express passengers change trains. Keep in mind or convey as a conviction or view. Hold these truths to be self-evident. The space in a ship or aircraft for storing cargo. Have rightfully. Of rights, titles, and offices. Contain or hold. Have within. The canteen holds fresh water. Bind by an obligation. Cause to be indebted. I'll hold you by your promise. A cell in a jail or prison. Be in accord. Be in agreement. I hold with those who say life is sacred. The act of grasping. She kept a firm hold on the railing. Secure and keep for possible future use or application. Cause to continue in a certain state, position, or activity. E.g., keep clean. Hold in place. Support or hold in a certain manner. She holds her head high. Declare to be. Understanding of the nature or meaning or quality or magnitude of something. Arrange for and reserve something for someone else in advance. Please hold a table at Maxim's. Aim, point, or direct. Assert or affirm. Rousseau's philosophy holds that people are inherently good. A stronghold. Cover as for protection against noise or smell. Hold one's nose. Have as a major characteristic. The novel holds many surprises. Hold the attention of. She can hold an audience spellbound. Keep from departing. Keep from exhaling or expelling. Hold your breath. Power by which something or someone is affected or dominated. He has a hold over them. Remain committed to. I hold to these ideas. Remain in a certain state, position, or condition. Stop dealing with. Hold all calls to the President's office while he is in a meeting. Take and maintain control over, often by violent means. Make uniform. Work the clay until it is soft. Perform as expected when applied. This old radio doesn't work anymore. Be employed. Is your husband working again? Applying the mind to learning and understanding a subject, especially by reading. Mastering a second language requires a lot of work. Have and exert influence or effect. The artist's work influenced the young painter. Make something, usually for a specific function. Cause to happen or to occur as a consequence. I cannot work a miracle. The occupation for which you are paid. A lot of people are out of work. Cause to work. He is working his servants hard. Find the solution to a problem or question, or understand the meaning of. This unpleasant situation isn't going to work itself out. A product produced or accomplished through the effort or activity or agency of a person or thing. It is not regarded as one of his more memorable works. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. The voting process doesn't work as well as people thought. Use or manipulate to one's advantage. She knows how to work the system. Proceed along a path. Work one's way through the crowd. Prepare for crops. Shape, form, or improve a material. Work stone into tools. A place where work is done. He arrived at work early today. Cause to undergo fermentation. The vintner worked the wine in big oak vats. The total output of a writer or artist, or a substantial part of it. Picasso's work can be divided into periods. Give a workout to. My personal trainer works me hard. Go sour or spoil. The wine worked. Activity directed toward making or doing something. She checked several points needing further work. Arrive at a certain condition through repeated motion. The stitches of the hem worked loose after she wore the skirt many times. Behave in a certain way when handled. This dough does not work easily. Cause to operate or function. This pilot works the controls. Exert oneself by doing mental or physical work for a purpose or out of necessity. I will work hard to improve my grades. Gratify and charm, usually in order to influence. The political candidate worked the crowds. Move in an agitated manner. His fingers worked with tension. Move into or onto. Work the raisins into the dough. Operate in a certain place, area, or specialty. She works the nightclubs. Operate in or through. Physics. A manifestation of energy. The transfer of energy from one physical system to another expressed as the product of a force and the distance through which it moves a body in the direction of that force. Work equals force times distance. Proceed towards a goal or along a path or through an activity. Work your way through every problem or task. Provoke or excite. The rock musician worked the crowd of young girls into a frenzy. A trance induced by the use of hypnosis. The person accepts the suggestions of the hypnotist. A trance induced by intense religious devotion. Does not show reduced bodily functions that are typical of other trances. A trance induced by intense religious devotion. Does not show reduced bodily functions that are typical of other trances.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.